The Rice Seedling Sutra is a short but profound Buddhist teaching that explains dependent origination, the principle that all things arise because of causes and conditions. Nothing exists independently or by itself. Just as a rice seedling grows only when many conditions come together, all experiences, thoughts, emotions, and events in life arise through interconnected causes. The sutra uses the simple image of a rice plant to explain this truth. A rice seed cannot become a plant on its own. It needs soil, water, sunlight, air, time, and the work of farmers. If even one essential condition is missing, the plant cannot grow properly. In the same way, human suffering and happiness do not appear randomly. They arise from conditions. Anger may arise from fear, misunderstanding, painful memories, exhaustion, or attachment. Joy may arise from kindness, good friendships, generosity, or inner peace. The sutra teaches that when we understand conditions clearly, wisdom begins to grow. This teaching removes the idea of isolated existence. A tree in a forest seems separate, but in reality it depends on rain, earth, sunlight, insects, and countless invisible processes. A human being is the same. Even the body depends on food, air, ancestors, society, and nature. The mind also depends on experiences, language, memories, and habits. The sutra points out that because everything depends on causes and conditions, nothing possesses a permanent, independent self. One powerful implication of this teaching is that suffering is not fixed. Since suffering depends on causes, changing the causes can change the result. Imagine a fire burning in a room. If the fuel is removed, the fire fades naturally. Buddhism applies the same understanding to greed, hatred, and delusion. When ignorance and craving are continuously fed, suffering continues. But when mindfulness, wisdom, and compassion are cultivated instead, suffering gradually weakens. The Rice Seedling Sutra also helps develop humility and compassion. Success is often seen as purely personal achievement, but the sutra encourages a wider view. A student succeeds not only because of personal effort, but also because of teachers, family support, books, food, shelter, and many unseen conditions. Recognizing this interconnectedness softens pride and increases gratitude. Likewise, when seeing someone trapped in harmful behavior, the teaching encourages understanding rather than harsh judgment. Their actions also arise from conditions, habits, pain, confusion, and environment. Another important aspect of the sutra is its connection to emptiness. In Buddhism, emptiness does not mean nothing exists. It means things are empty of independent existence. A cart, for example, exists because wheels, wood, nails, and design come together. Remove the parts and the cart disappears. The same applies to identity. What we call self is a changing collection of body, feelings, perceptions, thoughts, and consciousness. The sutra gently leads the mind towards seeing reality as fluid, conditioned, and interconnected, rather than solid and permanent. Practically, this teaching changes how one lives. Instead of reacting blindly, a practitioner begins examining causes. If anxiety keeps arising, one investigates sleep, habits, relationships, fears, and mental patterns. If peace grows during meditation, one understands that silence, ethical living, attention, and discipline are conditions supporting that peace. Spiritual growth then becomes less mysterious and more like cultivating a garden. Healthy seeds and proper conditions naturally produce wholesome results. The Rice Seedling Sutra ultimately teaches that wisdom is seeing the web of causes behind every experience. Nothing stands alone. Everything is connected, changing, and dependent. Understanding this deeply weakens attachment, reduces arrogance, increases compassion, and opens the possibility of liberation from suffering.